Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Wednesday. So today we are doing a big old worth of splurge. I shared on Instagram, what was it, like a couple weeks ago now, that I was gonna be splurging on the Viseart Grande Pro Volume 1 eyeshadow palette. Now, I didn't get the first run release of this. I believe it was released on Muse Beauty Pro first, and the people that ordered from there got like a numbered version of this palette. They are sold out of those on Muse Beauty Pro, so I actually ordered mine through Beautylish, which, by the way, what a luxurious experience that was, getting a package from them. It was so beautifully wrapped. Everything about it was just really pretty. And I am one of those idiots that is a sucker for how things are packaged and presented. And I just really liked that. It was so different from an Ulta order where everything is tossed in with like a tiny sheet of bubble wrap, and half the time things are broken and I have to call customer service. Like, this thing was wrapped within like an inch of its life. It was actually kind of hard to get it out. Anyway, this palette, some of you on Instagram were like, I would never spend that amount of money on an eyeshadow palette. And I totally get it. It's $175. Shipping and handling was free. It should be when you're spending that much, but it was $175. It was a huge, massive splurge for me. I've wanted it for a really long time, but could never justify it. And then I had a really bad work week, and I was like, you know what? You know what make me feel better? That eyeshadow palette. So I bought it. So here it is. I've been using it now for over a week, and I gotta tell you guys, as far as it being worth the splurge, 110%. Like, I am more than 100% sure that for me personally, this was worth the splurge. Now, I am not gonna tell you to go out and spend $175 on this eyeshadow palette if it is not within your budget or you just think it's ridiculous to spend that much. I totally get it. There are 30 eyeshadows in here, so it's a grande palette, if you will. It's a large palette. The packaging is very nice. It is that like rubberized NARS type feeling. I feel like NARS is the first company that came out with that. There is a nice mirror on here, and I'm gonna cover the mirror up. By the way, it comes with this box here. I'm gonna cover the mirror up. The one thing that I did not like is this situation. I'm gonna have to cut this out because this just annoys me, quite honestly. But here's the palette, you guys. And it is absolutely beautiful. I could not have asked for anything prettier. Now, here's the thing. I realize that when you see $175 as a price point, it's like, ugh, that is a really hard pill to swallow. However, when I did the math, it came out to like $5.83 an eyeshadow, something like that. So it's actually pretty affordable in terms of like each individual like pan that you're getting. But yes, you do have to buy all 30. So it's gonna be $175. The way that I was able to justify this was there were honestly only 2 shades in this entire palette that I didn't think I would get any use out of, and it's this color right here. I wish I could give you names, but they are not named and they are not numbered. They are removable out of this palette, by the way, and I'll show you that in a second. And this kind of bluey, dusty blue. It's like a cornflower dusty blue shade right here. I would never wear this at any point in my life. I swatched it. What am I gonna do with that? No, that's not happening. And neither is this red because this is just not a Melanie color. So there are 2 in this palette that I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna get any use out of those. However, every single other shade in here, I would 100% get some use out of. Now, one of the things that was mentioned on Instagram when I shared a picture was that a lot of these kind of look similar, and they are, but there's enough of a difference when I put them on my eye to where I can see how they justified putting two somewhat similar shades into the palette. Look how pigmented that red is. Like that one stains, people. Yeah, that stained my finger. It's pigmented red there. But there is enough of a difference between the similar shades to justify putting them in there. So in terms of, is it still worth it despite having two shades in here that I would never get any use out of? For me, yes. So one of the reasons is because, like I said, these are removable. So I'm just gonna show you guys, not that I need to like prove it, but I'm just gonna remove one of the pans. They are magnetized, so you can just remove them. And as you can see, there's no names on the back. So obviously an empty slot here. What I am actually thinking about doing with this palette is taking out the shades that I don't think I would get the most use out of, and then I would go in with my favorites from my Theory palettes and plop those in, and then the lesser used shades I would just put in these. So I still have them, but I see myself leaving this in my everyday makeup drawer for my Shop My Stash videos, just leaving it, because you guys, I love the formulation of these eyeshadows. They have surpassed my love of the Lorac eyeshadows, of the Too Faced matte formulation. What are some other, the Laura Mercier, the Anastasia. Yeah, I love this formula. It is very pigmented. All of these are very pigmented. They are very true to color when you put them on the eye. They blend so easily and so effortlessly. You can get a really super smoky look very easily, but you can also tone it down for that more like everyday appropriate eye look. By the way, I am wearing the palette on my eyes today. I did a slightly warmer look than I normally do. But it's just, these are so easy to work with, you guys. For me, they are 100% worth it. I actually think I'm gonna pick up I think I might go for the Paris Nudes during the VIB sale coming up here at Sephora, which, by the way, I think is happening at the beginning of November. So yeah, I want to get some shimmer shades from them, because I do like the shimmer shades. The ones that are in like the Theory Nuance palette are stunning. But mattes, I feel like mattes are really where this Viseart formula shines for me. They just blend so easily, and if you are a matte lover, there is nothing like this matte formula. It is actually cheaper per shadow to get this big mama jamma than these little guys. I think in this setup they are something like $8 a piece. So the bigger the palette, the bigger the discount per pan, if that makes sense. But once again, these are not going to be in everybody's price point, and I can see why people would balk at $175. Now, I did see that they have the Pro 2. I have no interest in that. It is all shimmers, and honestly, a lot of the shades are shades that I would not use every single day. So for me, it wouldn't be worth the $175 for that palette, because I wouldn't use the vast majority. In here, there's two that I absolutely would never use, and again, I can replace them with some of the shadows from here. This was, for me personally, 100% worth it. Those of you that have this palette have told me that you absolutely adore it. I think it's one of those things where if it's something that you really want and you know you like the formula of this brand, you're gonna love the palette and you're gonna think it's worthwhile. If this isn't a eyeshadow formulation that you really love, If you don't like having an all matte palette, this wouldn't be a good fit for you. So for me personally, I am so glad that I finally got it. I kind of wish now that I had one of like the limited edition, like numbered ones, just for like the collector's aspect. But I am just really happy to be able to have this. Again, the packaging is wonderful, you guys. If you are a sucker for packaging, this one's really nice. It does come in this box here, and then this I feel like might actually be kind of good to keep for travel, because you can just, I have my Beautylish receipt in here. This you can just slide in here, and it keeps it even a little bit more protected if you're going to travel with it. If I were to travel abroad, I would totally put this in here to travel with. If I'm just traveling like locally, I wouldn't bother with this, but I do think I'm going to end up keeping this. So I don't know. I wanted to let you guys know my thoughts. I know this isn't the latest and greatest. This isn't like even the newest release from this brand. Right now they're really, you know, marketing their second version of this. But for me, this was 100% worth waiting. I think it was something that I'm glad I spent my money on. I don't have any regrets about it, and I'm really enjoying using it. And honestly, any of the eyeshadows that you've seen on my eyes for like the last couple videos have come from this, and I just see myself reaching for this over and over again. So if you're wondering what's on my eyes and it's a matte look, it's probably gonna be coming from this. So yeah, anyway, let me know if you guys have this. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think it's insane to spend this much on a palette, even though the cost per shadow is actually drugstore prices? Like when you like break it down, like a single eyeshadow from NYX, for example, I think these guys here are like what? $4.99, $5.99. These ColourPop Super Shocks are $5 a pop. So yeah, but I mean, I get it. I get that it is not reasonable for a lot of people to spend that much on one beauty item. I splurged, had a massive wedding that was a little bit stressful, and rewarded myself with this. So there you guys have it. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I hope that this was helpful. In terms of swatches, I'm not gonna swatch this whole thing. There are videos out there. I think actually Tara Babies, I will link her video that she did with this. Her swatches are always so good. I will link her video down below. Definitely reference that for all of the swatches on this, but they're freaking beautiful, you guys. I can't get enough of it. So, all right, for reals now, I'm gonna go. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in my next video. Take care.